it's Black History Month, so the GMA Book Club doing something special, celebrating powerful voices and the stories they are telling. Joining me now are three authors that, if you don't know about, I don't know where you've been. They are dominating the world of literature. They're revealing their favorite reads for Black History Month, and there's a little something for everyone. Please welcome back. You're going to have to start paying rent here. Tomi Adeyemi has been here before. Jason Reynolds and Kiley Reid. Welcome back here to GMA. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, your novel, I mean, just captivated so many people, and it was about a young woman, 25 years old, coming of age, but it also deals with race and with privilege as well, and it really has captivated a lot of people. Why do you think it's resonated with so many, Kiley?
I think a few reasons. A lot of people really relate to Amira's struggle in her 20s, not knowing how she's going to pay her rent, not knowing what she's doing with her life. But as I've been touring, a lot of Black women have said, this is the first book I've read where I've heard me and my friends talking. And so I'm so glad that they could hear themselves in it.
And they may be seeing themselves in it. Isn't it headed to the screen, perhaps?
It is. I'm really excited. Lena Waite's Hillman Grad and Sight Unseen have optioned it, and I'll be executive producing. I'm really excited.
Yeah. By the way, it's called Such a Fun Age. Such a Fun Age. All right, you. All right, you. You have been really taking the world by storm as well. And I understand that you said you didn't really get into reading in the beginning because you didn't read anything that reflected your story and who you are. And the fact that you have been able to do that, is that what was so important to you in your writing?
For sure. I mean, I think ultimately everybody wants to have some sort of literary archive of their lives. Unfortunately, people from my generation, especially if you're a Black kid, we don't have that archive because books about the 1980s and 90s weren't being written about the 80s and 90s in the 80s and 90s. Now we are trying to create sort of a literary library so that kids today who are 15, 14, when they're 40, can say, if you want to know what my life was like in 2019, 2020, here's 20 books for you to read.
Yeah. You're an ambassador, aren't you? Tell people what you're doing as an ambassador.
Yeah, so as the ambassador, I mean, my job as the ambassador of young people's literature is just to be that, right? To make sure that young folks know they have a place in literature, they have a place in language, they have a place in storytelling, and that their place isn't just in the books, but also their stories themselves are a part of this tapestry that we're building.
Representation is so important in all aspects. All right, Tomi. I mean, you have taken, I mean, really by storm, and such a fantasy world, but I just learned that until you were 18 years old, you really based your characters on non-color. Yeah. What was that change for you?
Yeah, I didn't realize until because I've been writing since I was a kid, but I didn't realize until I was 18 that in all the stories I would write, I would only make my characters white or biracial. And so when I was 18 and I was like, wow, you don't even think you belong in your own imagination. It's damaging, and it was sad to realize, but I also knew I needed to use writing to correct it in myself and then hopefully help other people like imagine themselves on the dragon and like getting the romance and putting out the fire.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Why do you think that was that you even yourself did not
We didn't see it. It's what Jason talked, you know, we have stories, we have magazines, we have movies, we have television, but if you don't ever see someone who looks like you, your subconscious goes, oh, I don't belong there. Wow. So you're writing and you're like, oh, I don't belong in my own imagination. And so I had to reteach my brain. And so I kind of use my books to try and reteach people, like, oh, you can be your protagonist. You deserve to be your own protagonist.
I love being in that head of yours.
Yeah.
I mean, what you put down on paper is just, all right, you're gonna share with us your favorite reads. You start, Kiley.
My favorite right now is Drinking Coffee Elsewhere by Z.Z. Packer.
Tell us about it.
I am usually more of a novel person, but these stories are amazing and they're so cohesive, and they show real Black people who are desperately in need of a win. And I live in Philadelphia. I'm constantly on the train. Stories are perfect for those train rides.
All right, and you, Jason?
Me, it's...
I love the title.
Drum roll, please. It's Homie by Danez Smith. First of all, I'd like to say that I think we should talk about poetry more often. I think it has the ability to be emotionally salvific with some immediacy. With that being said, this particular collection, Danez is paying tribute to their friends and in their community. their environment and their experiences, and they're doing it in a way that is loving, but also extraordinarily and courageously honest, and honesty that has some tooth and some knuckle, which is the best kind of
I like
honesty.
that one too. There's some knuckle in it too as well. All right, Tomi. We had this
my
on the
moment.
show.
It's my moment.
Yes.
So my choice is Little Leaders, Bold Women in History by Vashti Harrison. You might recognize her.
Yeah, she was here in the program.
She's been on the show. You know, she has the art and the Oscar-winning Hair Love. So she just has an incredible style. And I think it's a perfect book for parents to read with their kids because it's engaging for both parties. And it's also inspiring because it humanizes these people who made incredible impacts, but it also shows like, hey, you can be one of these little leaders one day. Vashti might draw you one day. So keep going.
And you three have made an incredible impact. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your gifts and for letting us know. And there really is something for everyone. Our team has put together a Black History Month reading list, and you can check it out and get more information on these 3 picks on our website, goodmorningamerica.com. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.